Ooh, okay. Okay. You sure? You sure you want to let me do this?
Hey, you said you wanted to, man. I'll let you have the reins, but if it goes bad, I'll step in.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to raise my energy levels a little bit. Let me grab a swig of water.
Swing it!
All right. Ugh. All right. I'm putting on my mask.
Fucking gorilla.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Frying Pan Podcast. This is Robert the Don D'Onofrio, and with me is my co-host, as always.
It's me. I thought I was the host, but it's your boy, Daniel Moneybags here.
Well, I would say we're just co-hosts together.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm taking the prior. Just kidding. Doesn't matter to me.
Hey, man, if you want to, sure, that's fine.
Hey, no, it's a 50-50. It's a
Are you
two-man
sure
group.
is it really though? Is it?
We're like the Blue Man Group, except there's only two of us, and we're not blue, and we don't do whatever they do.
Welcome back, guys.
uh,
This would be our second episode, but technically number 3, but this would be episode 2.
well, episode 0 is not on iTunes or Spotify, so it's just 2.
This
So
is episode 2 then.
there it is.
How was your day, Dan?
Honestly, really shitty, but I get to come home and do this, so made it all worth it. We
You know,
powered through.
I have to be with you on there. Didn't have the best day. It was kind of cold and rainy and whatnot.
It's
But
cold, rainy Tuesday. Nobody likes that.
cold, rainy Tuesday. Yeah, it hasn't been really a good week.
No.
As the listeners and you may have heard, Stan Lee has passed.
Big rip. Big rip
And
in
for
the
those of
chat,
you that
boys.
don't know or haven't made the connection yet, Stan Lee is he's a comic book writer. He does the Marvel. He does all the cameos.
Yep.
Died at the ripe old age at 95, natural causes. But
95.
he left behind a great legacy. It's very sad.
I'd say
So,
95 is a good run.
No, most definitely, most definitely.
But
It's sad. It's sad though. It really is. No more Stan Lee cameos.
all right, this might be fucked. But
Oh,
I was I
careful now.
I was thinking what they should do is they take a page out of Star Wars where you know how they had like Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and they had them as like the blue holograms when they passed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think they should do that with Stan Lee and one of the probably in the next Infinity War.
Well, his cameo was already filmed, I believe, for Avengers 4.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be so sad. That's gonna be
I'm
terrible.
yeah, I'm fairly certain that that's the last cameo is Avengers 4 for him.
Mm. I mean,
But
did he
yeah,
like? Did
overall
he?
very sad.
Sorry, I was gonna. Did he work on the
Go for it.
films, or was it just the comics? Like, I know he introduced the whole universe, but I didn't know if he like, besides his cameo, really did anything with the films.
I'm not actually sure myself. I'm sure he had some form of creative insight for them, but I'm definitely sure that is left more up to the directors and the writers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, I know, like I read somewhere that he's technically like the highest grossing actor or something like that,
Yeah. I
just
mean,
because
that would
the
make a lot of
amount he
sense.
nets off the cameos alone. But
Mm.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, Twitter's been very sad. All the actors who have participated in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and other actors are reaching out saying kind words.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough, but at 95, it's not like he didn't leave his mark.
No, definitely, he left behind a huge legacy.
Oh man.
He was born in 1922.
1922. Fuck.
Yeah,
He's got a couple
right.
years on me.
Just a couple, really.
Probably like 3, maybe 4.
Yeah,
I don't remember when I
maybe.
was born. It's kind of hard to tell.
All right. Oh, actually, it seems like this is a list of his remaining cameos. Avengers 4 is confirmed. Into
Mm.
the Spideyverse is confirmed. Wreck-It Ralph 2 confirmed.
Oh, baby.
Dark Phoenix, there's no cameo.
That's fine.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Uh,
Unsure.
Is that the next Spider-Man?
Yes.
Like
Once
Tom
Upon a
Holland?
Deadpool
A
is the
what?
Christmas Deadpool movie, apparently.
Okay.
It also unconfirmed. And for Captain Marvel is likely.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I hear Captain Marvel, I just think of that the trailer where she punches the old lady. It's a
I
great.
remember I saw that GIF with no context, and I was just like, "Wait, what's
Wait,
this movie rated?"
I watched the trailer on my break at work, and I distinctly remember immediately Googling Captain Marvel beats the shit out of an old lady, trying to find the GIF so I could slap it in the Discord. Nobody reacted immediately. I was really upset by that.
Man,
So, Bobby,
man,
what do you want to talk about today? What do you got to
what do
bring
I
to the
want to talk
table?
about today? You know, since we both kind of had rough days, you want to talk about something that's kind of been annoying me
All right,
a
this is a
little
new
bit.
segment called "That Really Grinds My Gears."
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's taken.
Yeah, that really sizzles my bacon. That really toasts my toast.
Um,
It really butters my buns.
really burns my chopsticks. No,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
So what was it?
Anyways, so you know how on Amazon, they're great. You can get a lot of stuff shipped to you in 2 days flat. Fantastic, right?
Hmm.
Well, now I'm sure you've read somewhere on the internet people complain about this all the time, but this is like my first hand experience with it. You buy something on Amazon, and no matter what it is, they recommend it to you, like a series of products. And so a couple days ago, or rather a week ago, I bought markers for a whiteboard, and I've been using that whiteboard to kind of keep track of school stuff and the like. Trying to make myself more organized.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now Amazon seems to think the only thing I want in life is markers.
Is it giving you like different kinds of markers, like gel
Oh yeah.
pens?
Oh geez, there's scented, there's unscented, there's dry erase, wet erase.
Dreams do come true.
Yeah, and then just the other day I ordered a pair of sweatpants off Amazon again, a little chilly. Now they're thinking, oh, what this guy definitely only wants sweatpants from now on. Only.
I I think the worst is when I don't know if you've ever had this issue where your friend decides to send you something like fucked up that's on Amazon, and then
Oh, like a
Amazon,
blow up doll or something.
yeah, and Amazon's just like, "Oh, you want five of them?" And I'm like, "No, Amazon,
Oh.
Amazon, I just want. What do you have for books?" And they're like, like torture books, and I'm like, "No, I don't need this. This is too much
And like
stress."
and you type in the search bar like cat once and now you're getting emails about cat products on sale.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes they're nice. Like every fifth one is good, but the other ones are like save 30 cents on cat litter, and I'm like, I could just, I, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. No, if you're I recommend using a website called Chewy if you're ordering pet stuff online. Really well
Yeah.
priced.
I mean,
Timely shipping.
uh, not sponsored, but
Hey, we're open.
and Chewy, if you're looking for a spot, just you know who to call. You know where to go.
Drop an email at what's that email?
In the pan podcast at gmail.com for all your needs.
There it goes. There it goes.
There it be.
But yeah, you got the general gist. It's complaining about something that doesn't really need to be complained about, but still, it got on my nerves today, but only because today was already kind of like a irritating day for me. So I was just looking for something else to make me angry.
A little bad, bad, not good kind of deal.
You know.
I do know. That's how today's been. Let me tell you, I am lacking all energy whatsoever. I am basically on my floor right now with my
You're
mic in
basically on your
hand.
floor.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was like, I guess my brain was like, Dan, you don't deserve that chair. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I made my way to the floor, surprisingly comfortable, and I'm really living my best life right now.
well, let me tell you, your mic quality is pristine,
You
so
think?
we're all good in that aspect.
Well, thank God. I was worried.
Honestly, might have improved your acoustics. Who knows?
Yeah. Probably I don't do you ever get it where like if you're lying down and you laugh, you get like the airy laugh that sound makes everyone else laugh. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, like the very contagious laugh. Yeah, we have a friend like that has a very contagious laughter.
Uh
You yourself have a very contagious smile.
I have a very annoying laugh. When I get going, it's disgusting. It's so bad.
Hold on, let me loop back to your smile though. Let me give you a
Oh,
little confidence boost. So for the
oh.
viewers at home, Dan seldom smiles out in public.
Dan does not smile.
Basically, his MO is to just support a very deadpan look to match the death in his eyes. But when he smiles, it's just so contagious because it's like the sun is breaking through the clouds.
Oh, stop! You're gassing me up too much, dude.
Hey man,
Oh,
we both had bad days, and it's our job as friends to lift each other up.
hey, I love you, but on the
Hey,
topic of
I love you as well.
oh my God, on the topic of that smile, me and my dear friend Bobby here had a staring contest that lasted
Oh,
upwards to 8 minutes straight, and I wanted to be on record that if you ever want to have a staring contest with me, there is no way in hell that you will win, because
okay. So let me break this down. We were out
give me the
together
play-by-play.
eating with some friends. And, it just so happens that we got into a staring contest. Doesn't need to be really said how, it just happened.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got this. Usually I'll last, like 3 minutes. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm about to have my eyes pop out of my skull. 5 minutes goes by, and I'm like, oh shit, my eyes actually kind of burned. And Dan, unfazed completely, actually starting to crack a smile at me because my eyes are starting to water and tears are welling up.
Dude,
All right.
I don't know what
Minute 6 comes around,
hit
and
me.
I swear, like it felt like you were just squeezing lemons into my eyes.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but like ever since I've been a kid, I don't maybe I just like store I was probably like the kid that stared at paint drying cuz my eyes never burn. I'll stare at anything for a very long time, and it's probably my only skill that I have in life.
Well,
So,
maybe you just have really moist eyes.
I'm just a moist boy, I think is what it comes down
Ooh,
to. You know me.
moist. But yeah, so getting to minute 8, anyways, I ultimately lost and is the winner, goes on the record.
I should have put like
And
20 bucks
I
on it.
didn't I didn't make the conscious decision to close my eyes either. You see, they closed out of sheer necessity. Like you could just feel, picture your eyes just forcibly being closed. The tirest you've ever been, you can feel yourself drifting off. This was that. I was fighting it with all of my might, but I couldn't just stop it. And when they finally closed, I've never felt such a pain in my eyes in my life. Like it was so strange. Like it felt like they were like hot, but like burning. And also I was crying. Honestly, it was an experience. I do not recommend having a staring contest go over 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
really do not.
And then you had like battery acid wings, so it's not like it really
Oh,
helped.
see, no, I'm not trying to call out a place, but a certain place that starts with a B and
Buff.
serves wings, and it also could be a sports bar, has a certain type of wings called like honey mustard bourbon or something. And you can only liken it to sticking a 9-volt battery to your tongue, because that is the kind of tang it has. It is no way, shape, or form enjoyable for me. It's just like you're constantly having a 9-volt battery pressed to your tongue. But let me tell you, the next day, the leftovers actually tasted better cold than they did warm.
Yo, see that's weird because mine did too. My I think I got honey barbecue, and I was like, why do these taste better than when they were hot and at the place?
Not, I honestly couldn't tell you.
See,
But yeah, 9-volt wings.
banger.
Uh, 3 out of 10. The mage does not recommend.
Understandable. See, it's sad because honey mustard is like my A1 go-to wing what's the word? Seasoning, I guess? Or just
Uh,
like wet rub? I don't know.
yeah, wet rub sounds about right.
Yeah. That's my go-to, but that's only because I was spoiled by Bidwell.
Ah, the Bidwell. It's a
Bet
great local wings place, and
hey,
if you ever go to Connecticut, I highly recommend it.
Bidwell Tavern.
Bidwell Tavern,
Oh,
Coventry, CT,
yeah, it's Coventry.
Coventry. Okay. Um. So yeah, wings were great. Circling to something completely different because I feel the need to talk about this. Detective Pikachu. Have you heard anything
Oh,
about this?
dude,
Ryan Reynolds
that's what
is the
make
voice.
yeah, that's what makes it for me. Like if they didn't, I can honestly say if they didn't have Ryan Reynolds, it wouldn't work.
It's Deadpool Pikachu.
I don't like that analysis. I'm not a fan, but yeah, it works. I think it'll actually be good, and that's what bothers me because I definitely want to see it.
It was actually very jarring seeing like the real rendition
Yeah,
of like what they would be.
I saw a tweet, and because I guess a lot of people are up in arms because Jigglypuff looks weird, but someone was like, "Did you think Jigglypuff was just a giant ball of flesh? That he had a giant looping flesh on his head?" And then I really thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? This dude's fucking right. That would be weird. The hair, yeah, the hair makes a lot more sense.
You know what I'm happy about? The guy that plays the cab driver from Deadpool. I I do not know how to pronounce his name, but I'm gonna try. It's Karan Sony.
Yep,
Now,
him.
don't hate me that I'm reading it phonetically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plays the cab driver in Deadpool. He's also in it, which is pretty neat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what role he plays, but he's definitely in it.
I really hope
According to
he's a
Google, at
cab driver. I hope his only role in movies is just cab driver.
least.
Actually, all right, speaking of which, did you know that if you it's called okay, this is entirely out of left field, but you know those trucks that like suck up like shit? You know what I'm talking about? Like the septic trucks?
Yes, septic
Yeah,
trucks.
the honey wagons is what they're called.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Did
That name is gross every time I hear.
I know, but if you are, like if that's your job on the set of a movie, you can get an IMDb page.
Are you are you serious?
Yeah, I think it's like if you do it a numerous amount of times, they'll give you an IMDb page, and they're like, "Oh, you were, um, Todd Jones was the shit sucker in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3," and
Jeez.
I'd honestly take,
Bobby's going to
yeah, I
Hollywood.
was gonna say I'd honestly take that title in a heartbeat.
The shit. No, that's gross.
Daniel shit sucker seer. It's like,
Oh my
wow, dude, that's
gosh.
a terrible nickname. Why do you want that? I'm like, check
Gag
my
warning.
IMDb page, and they're like, what the fuck? It's you take it.
Goodness. Yeah, I mean, hey, take what you can get, right?
Yeah.
And
I-
yours just happens to be shit sucker.
We all have our really cool nicknames. I remember I always wanted a cool nickname in elementary school, but nobody gave me any cool nicknames, so I gotta make up for
Jeez.
lost time.
Anyways, so Detective Pikachu coming out 2019, probably in the springtime, looking
Yeah.
like around May.
I remember last episode I said no live adaptation will ever work, but
And
I
what happened now?
yeah, a fucking like 3 days later they dropped this bomb on me, and I'm like, you know what? This is the only one that I want to see, and that I hope it actually succeeds. Actually, speaking of which, I am really upset that Netflix is making a live adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. That makes me really sad.
You know,
I cherish that show. But regardless, back to Detective Pikachu. Do you think it'll be just
that
first gen Pokemon, or you think we're gonna get others?
you know, who
I'm
knows?
yeah,
Honestly,
I'm asking the hard hitting questions.
I have to confess, I really have never played Pokemon much.
Were you like a Yu-Gi-Oh or a Digimon kid, or
Nope, I was an Xbox kid.
God,
Handhelds weren't my thing.
you're greasy.
I was well, it was more just because like my older siblings or cousins weren't really into it, so by extension, I wasn't either.
Yeah, you really had no reason to. Yeah, my older sister loved it, so it was easy to get into.
Yeah, like I still watched the show when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Side note: the director is the same director that directed Monsters vs. Aliens, which we also talked about on the last episode, as well as Gulliver's Travels and Shark
What?
Tale.
Oh, we didn't talk about Shark Tale. That'd have been a goodie.
But yeah, same director, same director.
Uh,
And who does the music is the one that did Captain America, Winter Soldier, and like Civil War.
Oh,
Like he's done
oh,
a lot of good scores.
I was hoping you were gonna say like Hans Zimmer or something.
Yeah, they nailed down Hans Zimmer for Detective
Yeah,
Pikachu.
we just got like an insanely atmospheric movie where it's entirely made just because Hans Zimmer is doing the score.
Oh, Hans Zimmerman's great.
Oh, he's done so much. Really
He's
big
done
fan of
well.
him.
He's done well. That aside,
Uh huh.
Hans Zimmerman's great works aside, I was struggling for the segue. I thought I had the segue. I didn't have the segue.
You threw the alley oop off the backboard. You went to slam it, and you just threw it off the
I
rim.
I just spiked some person in the audience with it.
You know, it really happens to the best of us. I mean,
It do be like that.
if we wanted to stay on track with movies like we always do, because
Oh, yeah, podcast about movies.
nah, even though we're not, but
Well, on a different note, hold on. There's something I want to talk about on movies, though, and we will move away from those.
okay.
Joaquin Phoenix, a GIF recently was posted to the internet of him in his Joker makeup or costume, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Looking really good. He seems to have like a nice demeanor in the walks, like very Joker esque. Oh, it looks like it could be a very good portrayal.
Yeah, I noticed a
No
lot of
offense, but maybe Jared Leto, or was that his name?
yeah, Jared Leto. I'm gonna
Maybe his wasn't the
I'm gonna
promised land.
I'm gonna entirely forget that he was Joker. Even if it was like not a big cameo, it was just gross. IMO. 30
Uh,
Seconds to Mars. I'm okay with that. He can keep doing that, but that's his
I
band.
mean,
I don't know
okay.
if you knew
So
that.
yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. We're excited to see what you play as the Joker.
I
When
yeah
is the Joker coming out? I know it was 2019.
yeah. Do we know
I
who's
wonder what kind of
directing
rating
that?
it's. Yeah, it's no, we don't actually. I think
No, we
about it.
don't.
No, it's
Okay,
Todd. It's Todd Phillips,
Todd Phillips. What else?
and
Do you know what he's done?
like a lot of Zach
Uh,
Galifianakis movies, if
fuck
I remember
no.
correctly.
Oh,
Hold on, Google.
we're gonna get a shit memey Joker. He's gonna do Fortnite dances.
I will actually off
Dude,
myself.
I would cry. I would
So
actually lose my mind.
Todd Phillips movies are looking like Hangovers Parts 1 through 3, War Dogs, Due Date, Road Trip, Starsky and Hutch, Project X,
Oh,
Borat,
um, yeah,
and
it's always alarming
the,
when like directors that do majority like comedy try to take a stab at being like a serious picture, but
yeah, it's like categorized as like a fantasy crime movie, as I remember. So I don't think it's like supposed to be comedy. Robert De Niro is in it. I don't know what he plays, but he's in it.
that'd be cool. I mean,
Who knows?
do you think it could ever top Heath Ledger's Joker?
He set the bar so high, and I mean, like Grant. Okay, don't get me wrong. His performance was amazing. He did a great job. The movie itself, though, was also top tier. Like he played a top tier role,
Yeah,
a top tier performance in a top tier movie.
yeah, I can agree on that. He also did
Like
a
everything was right for him. So
yeah.
it only made it him. It only had him set the bar so much higher.
He also did a kickflip over Batman.
He
So
did.
that really sets the bar high.
May he also rest in peace.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but you beat me to it.
Yeah.
What did he pass from? Do you know?
See. I don't want to sully the guy's name, but I feel like it was pharmaceutical related.
Oh yeah. Yeah, give that a quick Google search because I'm actually curious. And also what year?
All right, Steven, can you get on the Google? Um.
Uh no.
All right.
Yeah,
All
Steven,
right.
Heath Ledger. You know
Yeah.
him.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Cardiac arrest. It seems,
Oh jeez.
but it's. I'm also seeing an article saying accidental overdose.
Well,
So I'm not sure if those are connected.
eh, no, we'll just
Um.
say um
Yeah. Let's not run over the guy's name. 2008, I believe, was his death.
oof,
Uh,
bless
he
him.
was a great actor. He was Australian. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't either, actually. Yeah, he was a great actor overall, but yeah, The only thing, not like the only thing, but the thing I remember him most for was definitely Joker.
Oh,
'Cause
most definitely.
that was the only good one
Uh,
within past years. Unless you count the animated movies. Those ones are pretty good.
mm, sure.
Haven't seen them?
No. But hey, maybe we should stray away from movies, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
What do you got on your
Frying
mind?
pan movies. What do I got on my mind? It's a good question, honestly. We could ask, like, we could just have a random question. Hey, Dan,
Hey, Bobby.
can money buy happiness? And
Um, hmm. I never really. I always say no, but I always find money being the root of the majority of my problems.
well, okay. See, I've thought about this a lot, and my answer has to be yes every time. It can. Because, like you said, money is the root of a lot of problems. And, I'm going to steal a quote from somewhere on the internet. I would rather cry in a Lamborghini than a 2001 Honda Civic.
You know, I, I always, no offense, I always find like those kind of quotes just dumb. Cause like
Well, they are, really.
I understand entirely, but I'm also like, when I see like viewing money as a problem, I'm saying like paying my rent and my bills, not like the expenses. Like
Well, I mean, of course.
I'm all for crying in my 2014 Mazda. Don't I'm probably do it later, but we'll see. But I while I think um money can buy happiness, I do think money is the root of all evil. I think
Well,
too much bad comes from more than good.
see, the thing is, in this scenario, when people say, "Can money buy happiness?" I mean, I assume everyone instantly jumps to thinking, "Okay, I won the lottery and I never have to work again." But when I approach the question, I just think it's like I have a comfortable like wage or salary at a job, like and whatever you would consider comfortable. So like for me, I would be like, all right, anything around like 80K where I can live comfortably by myself and pay for everything that I could probably want.
Oh, you could do. You could live. You can live by yourself at like 30.
Okay, yeah, that's not what I meant. I meant
No,
just
I
like
know,
something that
I
will
know.
like hold me over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean.
No, I know. I'm just being annoying.
Because like you said, money does also cause a lot of problems, but the problems it causes are more social than anything.
Uh, Elaborate for me on that.
Well, I mean, when you acquire a certain amount of money, you have to manage it all, and that makes you become like a high profile individual to a degree. So, like, say you won the lottery,
Hmm.
you more often than not, you're not having what was the Mega Million? Like, what was it 1 point something billion?
A lot of fucking money, I think, was the final
All
amount.
right, so how much do you think that was after tax? 700 million or something like I don't know how much they take
Yeah,
tax.
it'd be like 500, 600.
Okay, so let's just say you have $500 million. Okay, the banks can only guarantee the safety of that money up to 250,000, 200, or whatever the number.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're not gonna just go find every bank you can and just set up an account with them of 200K and move on. And you're also not keeping that under your bed, or at least I hope not, right?
Yeah.
So you become an investor. You hire people to you know run your manage your money for you, really. So you go on from there. If you have them, you could either have them, having you make more money or whatever. Anyways. So it becomes known that you have money now, and I assure you, your friends and family will probably start joking like, "Hey, man, I always really wanted this car."
Yeah.
It's like, what's 40,000 to 500 million, right?
Mm.
And that just that escalates. And when you actually say no the one time, people are gonna get vindictive, and there's a lot of social problems I imagine that come with having or just spontaneously coming into money.
Yeah. I understand that. Um, I mean, me personally, I don't think, like, overall, I don't think money could buy happiness in any form. Because, I mean, take your scenario, even if I won $500 million, even if, like, say, I get a house, I buy, like, a whole street and I buy houses for all my friends and I still have, like, 100 million left over, that's not going to fix any, like, mental problems that I have that money's not going to help me overcome. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I feel like the problems that you would get with money, like there's a lot, like you said, it all goes back to what you said. A lot, like the root of a lot of problems that we have right now can be solved with money. So that would lead me to believe that it can, buy happy. You know.
Yeah. I do think a lot of it just comes down to perspective to how
Oh, of course, of
not
course.
not like how well off you are financially, but how well off you are mentally.
Well, in terms of like mental health and money, I mean, I'm not really sure what the statistics are, but people can get depressed by not having enough money or whatever. I'm like, when you have the money, I assure you, just new problems will arise that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I
like
feel
when it
that.
comes to mental health as well. Some could go away because maybe it's just stress that's causing problems from a lack of. You know,
Mm.
I'm sure they can come and go no matter what monetary. I just think I'd rather deal with rich people problems than well, not
Poor
people
people
problems.
problems.
I didn't want to say it,
You
but
said it.
as a student, it's undeniably true.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think I'd rather work a job that I love for like 20K a year than just be rich and alone.
Well, I mean, okay, you say 20K, but I mean, like, see, personally, I eventually want to have a family. I'm not picturing myself alone my whole life, and kids are freaking expensive.
Yeah, that's why you just don't have them.
Well,
Not
someone's gonna
really.
carry on my name for me.
No, just adopt one. You just pick one up. You get dogs.
you I mean, you do realize adopting a kid is still the same. They
I
still cost money.
I know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. Oh
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
hey, come on, everyone's got to have a kid so you can put your goals and your insecurities all on them,
Yeah.
right? That's what kids are for,
That's
right,
all.
Dad?
It's all. Yeah. It's all making sense now. It's all adding up. Thanks, pops.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's an interesting question, but I think a lot of it just comes down to who you are.
Yeah, I mean, at my current age, I mean, most problems I have are petty.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, at the age we are now, it's easy to say, oh, if I had a fuck ton of money, I would be a lot better off. But say, like, 20 years down the road, definitely would change, I
Who
think.
knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't. Hey, I'm not saying I don't want to win the lottery, and I'm sure you're not saying you don't want to win the lottery either.
Well, uh, you know,
Are you serious? Would you, if you had a winning lottery ticket in your hand, you would not collect?
all right. See, my issue is I'd have to get out of my chair. I gotta
Okay,
get in my car. I
okay.
gotta go to the store and be like, "Oh, look at me! I got the winning ticket." And then
Well, you don't go to a store.
no,
I mean,
no, I know. Like I walk up.
yeah, walk into a store with $1 billion piece of paper in your hand.
Oh,
Yeah, that goes well.
yeah, you wouldn't die. You'd everyone would be like, "Oh wow, congratulations, sir! I can't believe you won."
Yeah, right.
That'd be a great society to live in.
Oh yeah, if everyone would just be like, "Oh, good for you."
I got another critical thinking question for you.
Oh, hit me with it.
Um, if immortality was obtainable, would you invest in it?
Yes, I would.
You'd want to live forever?
Well, is it irreversible?
Well, let's say for this scenario, no, it's not.
Okay, so wait, so we're saying like you take it and you live forever and that's it?
Yep.
All right, all right, all right.
Like
I would, yes, I do.
yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
Because if you remember back to episode 0, when we were talking about the potential for people to eventually just have superpowers and stuff.
Oh, you think we would reach that timeline?
Who knows if I'm living 700 years in the future? Who honestly knows? And I've been saying who knows a lot this episode in this time frame, but for real,
I mean, we're
the
asking.
possibilities are endless. And yes, it sucks. You're gonna watch everyone you love grow old and pass. But I I'm saying this now. I think it's worth it.
Outlive, outlast, bitch.
Outlive, outlast.
Yeah, I don't think I could get over that. Just like I'm still at my like when I say immortality, I view it as like I'm the same age and I'll stay the same, like same facial whatever, like same body, same everything forever.
Yeah.
But like just what like I'm still 20 years old and my friends are like 90 and I'm just watching them die. It's like, this isn't that much fun anymore.
See, you're right. You're 100% right. But I feel like you'd probably be dead inside after all that, right? So
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I also
yeah.
think like you'll still feel pain. So what if like word gets out that you're immortal and then someone's just like, "All right, we'll test that." And then bang, they shoot you in the face and you
Well, I
feel it.
mean, okay. So are you saying by that aspect, like if my heart was just ripped out, I'd still be able to function normally, just without brain to my head, or without brain to my head, without blood to my brain?
A brain in my head.
Like, is that what you're like? I see the way I pictured the scenario. It's just like you're practically impervious.
Yeah, I'm well, I mean, immortality doesn't just automatically come with you know, iron lungs and just impenetrable skin.
Okay, okay, you're not wrong.
I like how I'm
I
saying
imagine there would have to be like a certain degree of healing ability, though. No.
Yeah, I like how I said that as if like I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're just subtly trying to drop that you've developed immortality and you're looking to test it.
So, Bobby, immortality's pretty cool, right? Want to give it
All
a
right.
try?
Any scientists out there that have developed immortality that are looking for test subjects, feel free to hit me up at what's that email?
Jesus Christ. In the pan podcast at gmail.com.
That's just going to be our thing. Whenever the email gets brought up, you're saying it.
Okay. Well,
And it's not because I refuse to remember it.
that's well, that's fine. I understand now. I get it. It's okay.
That's our thing.
That's our thing, babe.
Jeez.
Oh God.
Um. So yeah, hit me with that immortality, buddy. Even if I do feel pain, I think it'd be worth. I
Yeah.
really do.
What if
Just
it's
because
like
there's so much that I don't know that I want to know.
yeah, I could see that. Do you think you turn into like a wise philosopher where you're just kind of like
No, I think I would just turn to someone with a really, really large ego. So essentially the same thing, but
yeah.
immortal.
Just what are you gonna do? Kill me? And then you laugh about it to yourself, but everyone's just like, this guy. You said that like fucking 5 times already, bro. Just give it up.
Let's just say if I was actually immortal, I would have a reason to be on my high horse.
Well, yeah. I don't. No one could fuck with you. They can bother. Actually, no. Never mind. Because that's
Mm.
it. That gives whole new meaning to like being tortured for all eternity.
Oh, that reminds me. Isn't there like a Greek myth where Zeus chained Prometheus to a rock, who is a titan, who is immortal as well, because he gave fire to humans, and every day an eagle would come and pick out his innards, and
Uh,
during the nighttime he'd regenerate, and then the same eagle would come back, and the eagle would do that for all of eternity.
dude, Greek mythology is just. It's just weird. Whoa. Whoa.
Trying to keep it more ear friendly with that, huh?
I guess it just dropped back 5 ages and then came back to normal. Jesus. Um,
But
fuck, man.
so yeah, a scenario would like that would be quite freaky. But if you think about it, you could probably outlive your torturers.
Yeah, but what if like they have kids specifically designed just to pass it down to them?
Okay, now
It's,
now you
it's,
see here.
it's a shitty life, but if someone's that dedicated,
True. Very true.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Maybe I could go into like the rainforest and be revered as a god by some of those indigenous tribes that have had very little human contact.
Yo, that would be so fucking dope. That'd be so cool.
Minus the whole civilization thing.
Uh, outlive, outlast. That's what I tell my
Yeah,
kids. My
is
non-existent
that
kids.
really an outlive outlast scenario though?
Well, you outlive
Like
society, and now you're lasting out in the wilderness with with the boys.
with the boys,
It's cracking a few brewskis.
cracking a few coconuts with the boys.
Do you think you
And,
could? Another hypothetical. You think you could live on a like? All right. Um, this isn't movies, but this is TV. You ever seen that episode of Jimmy Neutron where him and Cindy live on an island together?
oh yeah,
Do you think you could do that?
I do not, and I think I would die within the first 2 weeks. I have very little survival skills.
Were you
Give me a handbook that has directions, then I can survive.
what
But
about if like you have somebody with you that'll do all the work, but you just have to do the little things.
I mean,
Like they're like, "All right, I'll build us a house. Just go get us some coconuts."
if I had to, obviously yes. Is that the ideal? Negative.
See, that's like if I'm ever in a
I-
situation like that in my dreams, like say like I don't know,
Ooh, we're
say
talking about our dreams now. Let's go.
yeah, say I'm on that island and like a giant snake is gonna kill me. In my dreams, I will not run. I will armadillo right there and just wait to die. But like I'm not the same way in real life, but the way I view it, like when I'm in my dreams, I'm just like, nah, fuck it, I'll wake up. But like what if I just don't?
Oh. You actually just wake up in sleep paralysis. There's a snake coiled up in the corner getting ready to lunge at you.
Jesus,
Oh,
I've had
snakes are
scenarios
actually
like
nightmare
that.
fuel. I watched a video the other night on anacondas or whatever you know that swim and are underwater. Snakes. Let me tell you, when they're like 30 feet long, as big as round as like a tree trunk, they're way more scary when they're underwater.
Dude, I I don't fuck with snakes at all. Garter snakes, you can keep doing you guys. You guys are great. But all the other motherfuckers with like the venom and the constricting, not about it. Really not a big
Now,
fan.
yeah, I can't say I've ever been that kind of person. It's like, ooh, snake, cool. It's more
Like
like, get that away from me, or so help me.
dum dum dum. So help me. So help me.
So help me.
But yeah, I don't understand how people get like pet snakes or pet tarantulas. Like I
Yeah, we had a pet snake for a long time.
how'd you like him?
She was actually quite nice, but when she kind of surpassed about 4 feet in length, is about when I was like, okay, we're good. I think we're good on
Sorry.
like picking her up and chilling and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, I
It
shouldn't have
wasn't for
assumed
me.
her gender. I said he.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have.
Mm.
She's what I say was. She's still alive. I just currently don't have her in my possession.
Oh, okay. Oh, does your dad?
Someone does, I'm sure.
She's out and about. She's probably taking on the real world now. Or she's got a nice little
Actually,
9 to 5 desk job.
you see, my dad is one of those kind of people that can have pet snakes, right? And when I was born, he had a snake called Houdini. Funny enough,
God.
and Houdini would always find his way out of the cage no matter what.
Oh.
And I guess before we were moving, when I was a kid, he just escaped his cage, and no one ever found him.
Um. What?
Yeah. So to this day, it sucks because I'm sure he's just was dead in a wall somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
But could you imagine like being a realtor and going into the house and just find it was a huge snake. It was python or something. I don't remember.
Jesus.
I say remember. It was before I was cognitive, but
Yeah.
from stories, it was a pretty large snake. It wasn't one of those where you're just like, oh, throw a bucket over it. It's like call animal control and tell them to bring the cavalry type
Yeah.
of
It's
deal.
like, oh, I'll throw a bucket on it. Oh, actually, honey, can you get the bathtub?
Yeah, essentially.
I don't know how we're gonna stop this.
Yeah, honey, we're leaving.
Yeah. Houdini, The house is yours.
Yep,
I'll
I
I'll
turned on the gas on the stove. I threw a match. We gotta leave.
yeah. I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully
I'll see
never.
you when I see you. Yeah, pretty much. My father was actually pretty distraught about
Oh yeah.
it. I could be 100% wrong in the details of his escape, but I do know he escaped often.
That's alarming, to be honest with you. I really, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
mean,
I'd
if
feel.
anything, considering I was an infant, there was probably potential for me to be swallowed.
Yeah, yeah, like hey Bob, you seen the snake? And you're just like, it's just the outline of you and its stomach.
I'm sure my mother was quite happy about his disappearance.
Oh no, I wonder
Well,
what
after we
happened
moved,
to.
that is.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Houdini.
Yeah,
Sure would be a shame.
and before he's been with us this whole time, just chilling.
Yeah.
Um, Goodness. How do we get on snakes, man? Snakes. I don't mess with snakes.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like I'm drunk right now.
Actually, another story time. Over the summer, I had a summer job at a pool company. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had to go reorganize the tarps in the way back of the compounds, right? They're like,
Mm.
it was kind of like a low day, and they were just giving me busy.
Yeah.
Like the tarps were just snake nests, like they're garter snake nests.
Oh, that's not
But the
that
thing
bad.
is, like, I would have to take a tarp, unroll it with a rake, and there'd probably be at least one snake in there. The most I've had in one tarp was like 7, and they all ranged in size. But regardless, I spent a full day just wrangling snakes. It was horrifying.
Oh,
Needless to
that's
say, I'm never going outside again.
yeah. That does sound terrifying.
Yeah,
Uh,
snakes are pretty frightening.
well, if you shared a bad work experience, I think I'll follow that up.
Hit me with it.
I used to be a butcher. Um,
Yes, Dan the Butcher Sear.
yeah. I mean, I'm happy that I have the ability to like cut meat, but it was a very fucked job.
Oh yeah, it'll really kick in when you're a serial killer. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, honestly. There's a lot of
what?
shit that goes on behind the scenes that not safe for work. Leave it at that.
Not safe for work.
But
So our listeners that could be eating breakfast right now that lasted past the Daniel shit sucker Sear probably should listen.
forgot that's my nickname. But I remember one time
Put
specifically.
that on your tombstone.
Oh, I'll fucking get it tattooed on my ass. But I remember I was doing the chicken, and they normally come in like 40-pound boxes, and once you do all of them up, at the bottom there's just like a giant puddle of chicken juice.
Mm,
And
yeah.
normally what you do is it's in like a bag. You take the bag, and it's like 20 pounds of juice. It's fucking amazing. But you're supposed to like you take it out back, you throw it in the dumpster, yada yada, easy process. But I remember one time it was extra heavy, so I tried to like I don't know, put it on the ground, like lean back and like yuck it up,
Oh no.
and well, all of it went down my back,
Oh,
and I had to shower like 5 times when I got home. I threw up like 3 times. It was probably the
how could
worst
you not?
experience of my life.
That I imagine that car ride would have just been nauseating.
Oh, I had all windows down in the middle of winter. It was really bad. I,
How long? How what in your butcher career? How long before you quit after?
um,
That was a sentence.
surprisingly, 3 years.
Goodness, I honestly call me a weak man, but I would have quit on the spot.
I was debating on it, especially because my boss, God bless him, his name was Tom. He's a great man, but he was pointing a finger and laughing at me.
Oh
And I turned
no!
around, I was like, "Go fuck yourself, Tom."
I
And,
would have just stripped naked and just probably ran off into the woods crying.
oh yeah, yeah. I was like driving home shirtless. It was a great sight. And yeah, this was like middle of winter. It's like 20 degrees. I got all the windows down. Ugh, it was a disaster.
Esteban.
Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya. Oh,
That's a reference for all you 90s kids out
shout out 90s kids. Ah, fucking
Sorry, if you're
killing
not
me.
from the 90s, you won't remember it.
Well, if you're before that, you're good. I always find it weird that people born in 2000 are 18 years old.
I struggle with that fact daily
Yeah, even
because it
though
just makes me feel old.
yeah, it's like it's I was born not too far after, but it still fucks with me. I always feel like I'm like a 30-year-old trapped in my body, I guess. I just feels
I
I
mean,
feel feels
I have the
fucking
knees and the
old.
joints of a 60-year-old.
You know, sounds about right.
Honestly, with this weather getting cold, I'm like, my back hurts today. I can really feel the chill in my bones.
That's a tragedy, actually. Because I
But
don't
on the good side, because I'm a whole milk drinker, I
whole
don't have the
milk.
risk of breaking bones at all.
La- Ladies and gentlemen, it is a proven known fact that drinking whole milk not only not only a great source of calcium, not only doesn't strengthen your bones, but you can run through trees, cement walls, brick walls, and you basically turn into the Hulk. Like, do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you remember that scene where he jumps up at the jet and he takes it down? You
Oh
can,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's me.
you
That's
can
me.
do that. If you drink
Yeah,
one
if you,
percent, you basically turn into Vision, and that's pretty sick. And if you drink 2%, you're you're probably brain dead.
that's messed up. God. The Frying Pan Podcast supports any and all milk drinkers.
If you're drinking 2%, go to hell. If
All
you're
right,
drinking,
Dan has a vendetta against 2%.
hey, if you
What?
drink if you're drinking skim milk, right on. I love me some almond milk or skim milk. It's good, good in
Let me tell you though,
moderation.
if you're lactose free, how do your brittle bones feel? Feeble
You
humans.
you peanut brittle looking ass. What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing?
You can't even have ice cream. You got nothing, kid. You got nothing.
I'm sure they have like action. No, they have sources of
Well,
calcium.
they all have a shit ton of like lactose intolerant things. They can function in society.
Have you ever had lactose free milk?
I bet it tastes terrible.
It actually tastes so bizarrely different.
Have you ever had
Like
Oh, sorry.
it's like how Sunny D is basically like orange juice without real oranges or
Oh,
whatever.
dude, Sunny D is awful.
Lactose milk is like the same thing for me. It's
Really?
like milk without actually being milk.
What scenario were you drinking lactose milk or lactose intolerant
My
milk?
my grandmother is lactose intolerant.
Oh, well, sorry for
Yeah.
shitting on your grandma.
Hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure I jumped in there too.
Hey, it's fine. I didn't mean anything I said about being lactose intolerant. You're still cool. But
He
if you
means that
can't
grandma.
but if you can't eat glucose, are you fucking? I was kidding.
Just start tearing into people for
Yeah.
their
And another
allergies.
thing, vegans.
If you're allergic to peanuts,
Yeah.
just leave.
Yeah, I better not catch you with a peanut allergy,
Better not catch you with a peanut allergy,
because
kid.
I roam around the world with a PB and J on
On
my
my person
side.
at all times. Dan's actually just got a holster, and it's just they're just Smucker's PB and J's in there the whole time.
Dude, no, what if I was a serial killer, but I only targeted people with peanut allergies and like I just smothered them with peanut butter sandwiches?
How would you learn that someone has a peanut allergy, though?
Dude, serial killers like groom their victims, so they study them. So all I got to
Yeah,
do,
but like you probably knew like one person with a peanut allergy growing up.
it's easy. I get a job as a like a faculty member at a or at an elementary school, and
You're targeting kids.
in this scenario, but I volunteer to fucking like do the lunches, and I'll zoom around the room, and if I hear like Jimmy, could you put away that PB&J? I really can't have that around me. That kid is fucking done for.
The Frying Pan Podcast does not condone the murder of children. This is, in fact, a hypothetical.
Dude, I'm so tired. Because I was also listening to last podcast on the left. You ever listen to that?
Is that the one about serial killers?
It's got like the three dudes on it. Yeah, it does like serial killers. It does like all sorts of things. It's a really fucking good podcast. But I was listening to that, and that's kind of what inspired that rant. So
Let's see. Yes, Daniel is not a child serial killer. Please, no investigation
No, I would.
needed.
I don't think I could hurt a fly.
He actually can't. He
Legally,
lacks the ability.
I actually can't move my arms above my head.
Yeah, and he's also deaf completely.
No, just 1 year. All right, that's all right. That's another topic.
That's another topic.
All right,
You
8D
guys want
odd.
to know how Dan's deaf?
Oh God, do I have to say it? All right.
You don't have to say it this episode.
All right.
Let's
No,
leave the listener something to stick around for.
no. I'll give him something to come back for. All right.
Go
5-year-old
for
me,
it.
right? I'm eating popcorn, and I'm thinking, man, this popcorn kernel could probably fit in my ear. Fun fact, it could really fit in my ear so well that I had to get surgery to get it out. So now I
Jesus.
can't hear that well. Only in the right ear, which makes it a tragedy. Cause let me
So
tell you,
back to AT audio now.
yeah, this is where we're segueing to AT audio.
Okay,
If
hold on.
you,
Let me explain to the listeners what AT audio is. I hope you weren't just about to do that.
I was, but you can take the reins, brother.
All right, so 8D audio essentially is it's almost like surround it's like surround sound audio,
Yeah, like
really.
it circles around your head if you have headphones on.
Yeah. It creates a it like creates like a real life feel, like a setting where someone or anything, I guess, the audio is just moving around your person.
Mm.
There's a lot of cool, ones on YouTube. There's songs that are in 8D. 8D Barbershop, I highly recommend.
Oh, oh,
It is a
mama.
trip experience, and if you live in a state where recreational marijuana is in fact legal, I recommend. Frying Pan Podcast does not condone the use of
Bro,
drugs.
you can keep saying it. I'm just saying, like, find yourself some Eddies, down that shit, sit in a nice comfy chair, slap on your nice noise canceling headphones, go to the barbershop. Holy shit, life changing.
Life changing. Honestly, it's almost like tripping. I have to say.
Oh, 100%. But my issue is like I can still slightly hear out of my right ear. So when I listen to 8D audio, it like circles to the left side and it gets to the back. But when it goes to the right side, it feels like it's going across the room and then it bounces back. And it's even trippier. So like
Well, that's the thing.
I think I'm at an advantage, low key.
Well, it creates like a realistic audio setting. So I imagine you would feel like you're just hearing the sound bounce off the right wall into your left ear.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like it goes into my right ear and then slingshots off the right wall back to my like front of my face and then wraps back to the left ear.
Thank you. That visual was striking.
Dude. All right, I'm gonna be real.
You're gonna be real.
It's
Be real.
it's time.
It's time. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 2. Stay tuned for next week. We drop episodes on Thursdays on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify now.
And Podbean.
And Podbean. So remember to rate us, drop a few comments, let us know how it is as a listening experience. We are evolving with every episode and trying to get better for us and for you guys.
Indeed.
So if you have any comments or business inquiries, drop us a message over at, what was that email again?
Fuck.
Oh, Dan, you can't forget this.
I'm just messing with you. In the Pan Podcast at
In the Pan Podcast.
gmail.com.
You hear that? All right.
Hey, hold on. I will say I got a lot of nice messages from some old friends who listened to episode 1. If you stuck around there listening to episode 2, I appreciate you. And people I don't know who are listening and left nice comments, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's boosting my mental. I'm getting wiser. Sooner or later, I'm going to start transcending, and I will not need this husk of a body. And then I'll be in the internet.
Guys, stop sending your positive energy to Dan. He's too strong.
Stop praying for my grandpa. He's too strong.
Oh, no.
All
right. I've been Bobby.
I've been Dan. Have a nice day, everyone.
Goodbye. All right. Hello? Jesus Christ.
Okay.